Four pilots about to take seats and to take in that Fat Shark FPV feed. A battle over 3 rounds to decide our 2017 Aussie Open champion. Good luck, pilots. This is the first one of many. Make your first one your best one. Goggles down, thumbs up. Pilots, arm your quads as we go live on the tone in less than 5. Yeah, here we go. This is going to be some great watching. We're going to do 2 more times after this. Low side of the tunnel, high side of the tunnel, and BMS Thomas pushing himself up the front, but I'm watching him on Red Roo FPV. FPV Doug getting ahead, though, making a move up to the number 2 spot. And Maverick, let's take him into that backside as we do the hurdles with BMS Thomas and Red Roo. FPV Doug as well, right in the thick of things. And, oh, no, we're down 1. Maverick down on lap number 1. BMS Thomas 2 seconds ahead of Red Roo FPV, and FPV Doug just about a second off of them, and there is a big pass there as Red Roo gets a little lost doing that yaw spin. FPV Doug up in the number 2 spot, and BMS Thomas, this is his in the hurdles section. Next to go into the hurdles is FPV Doug in the number 2 spot. 1 more to go for your leader, BMS Thomas. FPV Doug about to cross over here, 3.4 seconds back. Red Roo FPV running in the number 3 spot, and it comes down to our final lap here on round number 1 of this AAA main championship here of our final 4. 58 down to this moment right here, and it's smooth sailing around that tower for your winner of race number 1, Unstoppable, once again today, BMS Thomas, 3 laps, 1:07. And there goes across the line FPV Doug in the number 2 spot, and Red Roo down, Maverick down. That is it for heat number 1. Replay underway as we retrieve some quads here. That was an awesome race as we're watching BMS Thomas here. No mistakes. I mean, his lap times, even though it's a replay, it sounds like I'm going to spoil the end, but we just saw the end. 22.2, 22.3, 22.8. He has been the king of consistency, and there is, yeah, Mavs VTX, definitely RIP to that VTX. So now we're on lap number 2. And when they crossed over, there was like about a 2.5 second. Red Roo was up in the number 2 spot. Now, watch, he's going to have his little flip up. He's going to start yawing at a gate. We're going to see that change right there. Doug gets ahead of him right at the tower, and there's where Red Roo is succumbing to the pressure. It's a battle for the tower, but now they're starting to get spaced out a little bit here on this replay. And BMS Thomas, look at that smooth line. He actually makes the hurdle section, and obviously that is working for him. There's the win, little flippy floppy to celebrate. And FPV Doug finishing number 2 spot, bottom left, and Red Roo just punts it right there. Shout out to Team Bolt RC coming in on our chat. Shark fins for days. I love it. All right, pilots, let's get real. 1 win so far to BMS Thomas here in our championship round. FPV Doug was 2nd. They're the ones with the chance. Everyone else, you got to go for it here on round 2. Goggles down, thumbs up. Pilots, arm your quads as we go live on the tone in less than 5. That hole shot, everyone running for it, and I'm watching Red Roo once again on the backside of Maverick. BMS Thomas is able to get that hole shot and push further well out in front and see if we can get someone in front of him. I think that's going to be the ticket as he goes through the tower, the high side. Red Roo in the number 2 spot, but FPV Doug battling it out with him, and there's a, smash into the top of the gate. Red Roo, that was FPV Doug and Red Roo connecting. Maverick going down as well. FPV Doug is still up. Red Roo not able to take off. We just lost FPV Doug as we see everyone with controllers down, goggles up. This is going to be another victory lap for BMS Thomas. Let's go full screen. This is what I normally do. Let them take all their laps. 1 more to go. A victory lap here. Mathematically, I think it's his, right? I don't know. Red Roo at the 2nd. Here we go. Flippy floppies before the gate. Don't mess up. If you crash, that would be so embarrassing. There's 116 people watching at home and 30 watching here. Don't mess up, BMS Thomas. Here he is. You guys might want to watch this line. You want a chance to beat the unbeatable pilot into our final round still to come. BMS Thomas to look at that. There's a yaw spin and a barrel roll at the exact same time. 2 axis turn out of the tower. 3 laps, 1:19. One of the fastest times on the track, and he was just having fun. Bring it down, and let's put lipos in. We have our finale coming up. One last race to go, and another win to BMS Thomas right there. So we are putting new lipos in, and we are just going to see who went further, Red Roo or FPV Doug on lap number 2. I am thinking Red Roo did. I'm just guessing because I think FPV Doug bit the gate. So they will cross over, and then the decision on lap 2. And we're watching 2 and 3, Red Roo and FPV Doug. After that, after the crossing on the first lap. Lots of mistakes all around there. Yeah, it's definitely FPV Doug, right? Where did Red Roo go down? Red Roo went down, like he hit the gate and left the course, right? Yeah. So we know FPV Doug went down on the low side of the tunnel. Well, let's keep going back a little bit more for Red Roo. Yeah, Red Roo well at the start finish. All right, so we are going to go BMS Thomas with the win, FPV Doug with 2nd, Red Roo with 3rd. He was able to qualify in the number 1 spot, hold the track record, and win each and every round in heats until this moment right here. You guys did quite well, finishing in our top 4, but Thomas is number 1. You can go back as one of the bridesmaids behind the bride, but if you are not BMS Thomas and you have a controller in your hand and fat sharks on your face, this is your time right now to give it to the champ. You got one opportunity. Take that full streak, that no-hitter away from him. You got this. BMS Thomas, get the launch, and they'll be watching you all race long. Good luck, pilots. It is the final race of a Sunday afternoon, regardless of who wins this heat. This is going to be some great watching once again. Pilots, goggles down, thumbs up. Pilots, arm your quads, and we'll go live on the tone in less than 5. Here we go. The champ is out there. Red Roo got a little bit of a clip into someone. I'm watching BMS Thomas shake a little bit, but he is your leader by a bunch. Running the number 2 spot, Maverick. FPV Doug in the number 3 spot. BMS Thomas already out in the chicane section, but they are hungry for him. They are going for him right now as he's in that back hurdle section already around the tower. Maverick trying to take off again as we have running in the number 2 spot, Red Roo FPV. He will stick it in the tower hardcore. What a great way to finish. Out in that tower, that Schizo tower, FPV Doug running the number 2 spot. He's going to go onto that lead lap with BMS Thomas. 10.5 seconds back. We are down to 2. We may have to play the gauntlet this afternoon to stop this guy's parade. BMS Thomas about to go onto his victory lap one last time at the Aussie Open. On to lap number 3 with a 21.9. FPV Doug, the only one still in the air. A great send-off for our field. Maverick, I think, is 4th overall. Red Roo FPV is 3rd overall at this event. FPV Doug is your reserve champion of the 2017 Aussie Open. As we turn your attention to that backside one last time through the tower, your 2017 Australian Open champion, the one and only unstoppable BMS Thomas. Unstoppable. That is a sign of a champion right there. He's going to do the Taylor for you guys. There's a power loop outside of the tower like that. Yeah. There we are. He is clear for freestyle, working that tower right there. 5-time aileron roll up and above it through the flag. Hitting gaps for days. Power looping gates. Looking at that tower. They are looking for a dive. They want to see a dive on that tower. Sean Taylor going crazy on the chat. He's looking at it right here, guys. Yeah, buddy. What a great event. Thank you to our great partners, FMR, Full Metal Racing. Thank you, Helinos, Free Sky, Bad Shark, Rotor X, Jen's Ace, Next FPV, and our host, FPVR.org. And our congratulations to your champion, BMS Thomas. Ultimate champion, TQ, fastest lap, winning every single heat on the track today. Your legendary champion for 2017, BMS Thomas. We have Mr. QCam, and I'm out here with the champ, and they are in the live stream right now saying, let's talk to Thomas, let's talk to Thomas. So we're going to make it happen. Dude, how exhilarating are you feeling right now? This is just such a huge win.
I'm feeling pretty crazy. I didn't expect to have such a clean run for the whole thing. It's pretty awesome and humbling to kind of race with everyone else and among everyone else and have the bonus of somehow making it all the way through to the final.
Now this course, what did you think about this course? I know you guys do some smaller races and you've been very lucky to travel elsewhere and do some of the bigger races. How about having an outstanding course like this here in the homeland? What do you think of the course that they built?
Oh, it was epic. It was really well designed, which is awesome. And the 3D elements were so much fun. It's one of the best tracks I've ever raced on, if not the best. And it's awesome. Thank you so much to the guys who actually designed that track. They did an epic job to make it look like Australia, but then also be really raceable. And we didn't even have that many mid-air collisions, so it's really, really well designed track.
And it's got to be fun, too, to travel drone race to drone race on Team BMS Web. Your spotter who's there, you were racing against him yesterday. He tried to get you. Obviously, you got him. You got everybody. But how cool is it to travel and have your dad as your spotter? That's got to be an awesome experience, father and son, and representing the BMS Web team.
Oh, yeah, it's so good. Obviously, because we get to spend a lot of time together. But also just having the spotter I can trust. And then also someone who can support me for everything and who does support me with everything. Yeah, I'm so thankful to be where I am and have my dad there with me all the time.
And who else is helping you here in drone racing? Do you have any sponsors that you want to thank here that are getting you down the road and keeping you up in the air and on the top of the podium?
Yes, so first, obviously, I have to thank the organizers for this. They did an amazing job with the track, getting the venue, everyone together, and then obviously having you come over and do the best commentating ever. Thank you so much for that. My sponsors are Impulse RC, T-Motor, FR Sky, and HQ Prop. They've been so supportive throughout my whole flying journey. Really just helped me with everything. Keeping my aircraft going and just helping me no matter what. And I'm, yeah, really thankful.
And thanks, Dad. He already thanked Dad at the other segment. Yeah, of course. Now, you've won a trip to Muncie, Indiana, which is the home of model aeronautics in America. We're going to have a huge event, the International Open. There's going to be so many pilots there from around the world. You're coming in just on this streak. Who are you gunning for when you make that trip in July to America?
Gunning is in, like, supporting.
Going for, you're going to beat. Who are you calling out right now? Who are you calling out right now at the International Open?
Yeah, I have no idea. I've never thought that far.
I'll answer it for you. Sean Taylor, he's coming for you. What an awesome time. Your champ, once again, BMS Thomas. What a great event and awesome racing with you. It's been a pleasure. Best of luck, and I'll see you in a couple months in America.
Thank you very much, and thank you to everyone who stayed tuned for the live stream and who came down to this event and made this awesome.
There we are, the legend that is BMS Thomas, your champion of the Australian Open.